Deadpool was directed by Tim Miller and stars Ryan Reynolds as the main superhero. I've been waiting so long to talk about this, and now we have Deadpool 2 released right now, which I can't wait to see, by the way. I finally have a reason to actually talk about this film, so let's talk about it. Wade Wilson is a former Special Forces operative sort of guy, and he is now a mercenary. This film is a revenge story, it's a love story. We find out how Wade Wilson became a mutant with the most messed up and funniest sense of humor, greatest sense of humor, and how he became this vigilante, this superhero. He is on a mission to hunt down this evil guy who nearly destroyed his life. I remember back in 2015 when the first footage of Deadpool leaked by Ryan Reynolds. It was extremely bizarre. I mean, I had absolutely no affiliation with this character. Well, except for X-Men Origins Wolverine. Oh god, no. Let's not go there. Let's not go there, actually. No, actually, you know what? Let's go there. Who the hell sews someone's mouth? I don't understand. Who was that? Seriously, who was that? I don't know. Why would you do that? I had no expectations for this. I really didn't know what to expect. I didn't know. But yeah, you guys know already. This film was amazing. This film was great. It's fantastic. I love this film. I was blown away by this film. It's easily one of the best films of that year back in 2016. I feel like they did something so revolutionary with this film. I mean, breaking the fourth wall, it just fits so well with Deadpool's character, especially Ryan Reynolds. The way he just looks towards the camera and starts talking with the audience, and it's great. Ryan Reynolds was born to be Deadpool. He was born to play this role. You can tell that he cares so much. He respects this character so much. He has been wanting to get this film made for about more than 10 years now, guys. It's very easy nowadays to just pick a film, especially a superhero film, and just say that it was fun, it was action-packed, you had fun with it, and you enjoyed it. But the best thing about this film, in my opinion, is the script. The script is perfect. Talk about breaking the fourth wall, and it could have been so cringy, it could have been so sappy, and it just could have been very cheesy every single time that he's looking at us, the audience, and talking to us. It wouldn't have worked if it was for the script. But because the script is so well written, it works. There are so many clever jokes that they got so right. One of the funniest films that I have seen in a very long time. They really don't hold back. They go full in. It should be rated R, and thankfully a year later we had Logan, and that was fantastic as well. What this film does is that it addresses the current state of superhero films. Don't get me wrong, I do love me some superhero films, I do. But you can't help but admit that all these films are just very similar, because they're all superhero films. You know what's going to happen, and it's very, very predictable. But we still love them, and that's the thing, we still love them. Deadpool, the character, actually addresses this in the film. There are some great films, though there are some not great films. Deadpool actually mentions them. He goes so far to the point that he actually is aware of his past failures of Deadpool back in X-Men Origins Wolverine, which I was so satisfied with, that he actually mentioned all that. And even himself as an actor, even Ryan Reynolds as an actor, and all the failures that he has made in his career. The opening scene credits, as an example, my god, it's just perfect. It's perfect. As soon as I hear Angel in the Morning, I felt good about this film. I really did. I felt that this is going to be a great film. And he even makes fun of his past film roles. The fact that it actually breaks the fourth wall with actually having a magazine for Sexiest Man Alive of Ryan Reynolds is just hilarious. It's genius. But let's talk about the direction of the film. I found no flaws. Basically, there are no flaws. I tried to find some and I can't find any. That's the thing. There is no dull moment in this film. It's extremely fast paced. As soon as you go right into the film, it's action packed. You see Deadpool straight away and you know that it's going to be fast paced, and it's going to be like that for the rest of the film. The action sequences are great themselves. They are fantastic, and you expect them to be. But let's talk about the different aspect in this film as well, apart from the revenge story. The love story. The love story between Vanessa and Wade Wilson is so sweet, but it's so crude as well. It's just as crude as the revenge story and as Deadpool himself. And it's so hilarious, but it's so touching as well. It's so sweet as well, because I was very afraid of that. I was very afraid of not getting invested in these characters as much. And because it would be a bit too sappy or a bit cheesy or whatever. But the romance and the superhero just fits really, really well in this film. Especially in this film. As for the villain, played by Ed Skrein, I think. Ed Skrein. I'm not really sure how you pronounce that. But anyway, he did his job well. In terms of the plot and what the film needed, he did his job, and he did it really, really well. Because this guy's pretty evil. Pretty evil. And I think he needed this film to really establish that. And it's not the most fascinating villain ever. But at the same time, I'm going to let that slide. Because Deadpool as the character himself and as him being an anti-hero sort of saves up for it. So I'm gonna let that slide, I guess. It was quite enjoyable as well. Every single time you see him interacting with Deadpool, it works. And so, whereas in most other films, those villains don't do that job so well. Guys, I love this film. It's such a surprising film back then when I watched it. I watched it a couple of more times, and I just love it even more. Deadpool deserves a 5-star rating. I love this film. It's fantastic. And I can't wait for Deadpool 2. So let's go watch that. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys very soon with some more reviews, and have a nice day.